We got a lot of feedback from users on how to improve our product from ProductHunt. And after the launch, I realized that the main pain point for all startups is to find a new customers and to increase their sales. So that's why we came up with some new features.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Top of the Hunt. Today, we've got Halyna with us from Rainex, who launched on Product Hunt a few months ago and is able to talk about her experience with Product Hunt, with AppSumo, starting a business during a war, going to different countries around Europe, having a child with her along in that journey, and growing a team from 4 through to 26. And she's also done this with one female co-founder and herself, a team of 2 in the beginning, which is an astonishing journey. It's an incredible conversation to have. I hope you take as much from this conversation as I have. So without further ado, I'll pass you over to Halyna.
Yes, my name is Halyna. I'm a co-founder of Rainex. I'm from Ukraine, and we launched our product in Product Hunt. And I'm very excited to share my experience, how you can do it easier, faster, and to achieve your goals.
So what's your background?
I started working when I was 14 years old, and I remember that we were handing out flyers for a political party with my friends. It was very funny and interesting for us. Those were my first earnings, but actually I had different jobs. I was a sales clerk in a store, a merchandiser, a sales agent, and even a credit officer. But my professional journey in IT began when my friend invited me to try as a sales manager at an IT company. So after that, I successfully launched 4 sales departments and started a project from scratch. In 3 years, we grew from 0 to $5,000 in monthly revenue and a team of 60 people. And I'm proud to say it. So we become one of the top 3 market leaders among ERP system resellers.
It's very interesting, your background. You've learned how to sell to lots of people and how to brand and merchandise and present. I think that
Yes, I
that was a strong
collect a
foundation.
different, yes, you're right. I collect a different experience from a different position, and it helps me to use these skills in my project because I can speak in one language with all my team, and it doesn't matter who they are. So marketers, sales managers, developers, or another position.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You start after you finished making the sales department. You started Rainex as a co-founder.
Yes.
How did that start?
Yes, Rainex is my first personal project, and before this, I always worked for companies, and it gave me great experience that I could use in my own project, and I am very grateful for that. I decided that it will be perfect to create the project which can help other startups to increase their revenue and to scale their product faster.
What does Rainex do?
All startups face the problem of how to manage their payments. Many gateways have features that at some part solve these issues. But if you scale your product to different markets, you should use different gateways, and it becomes a problem. However, if you have regular payments, Rainex is an all-in-one solution. So our platform unites all payments from different gateways in one place. And it's a comprehensive billing system that helps businesses automatically manage subscriptions, make additional sales, and collect payments from customers without delays and chargebacks.
Okay. Is that a big problem for a lot of startups?
Yes, it's a big problem because the first problem for them, of course, is to attract new leads and new customers. But it's a very big problem when you can't manage your subscriptions, your payments. You don't understand how your product scaling, increasing, and it's very difficult to manage all their subscriptions because it takes a lot of time, and instead focusing on scaling your product, you should manage your subscriptions. Mm-hmm. And yes, it's a very big challenge for all startups.
Okay. What categories of startups does it impact the most, do you think? Who's your biggest customer set? Would it be like marketplaces? Would it be?
No, our audience, it's early startups and small and medium business who have around 100 or 1000 clients, and they have the current payments, and they need the platform which can help them to manage these payments, to remind their customers that they need to pay, to send them notifications that their subscription will be finished in a few days, for example, and to see how their product scales, because it's very important to understand how many clients do you have, how they pay, how many clients don't buy a product after trial period, and all these important things influence your product and how fast you grow.
Okay, it's interesting. So, is there many alternative solutions at the moment for that group of people?
Yes, of course. We have a lot of competitors. One of them is a very huge company from India. But I think at this moment it's very difficult to find product which doesn't have any competitors. But all of them, they just help manage their subscription. But I want to concentrate how to help our customers not just manage their subscription, but to attract new leads. It's the biggest problem for all startups.
Okay. So how do you want to help them get new leads? How would that work?
We are going to create a new features which called Get Leads. That's our AR tools that will automatically find customers based on analysis of your target audience profile, and it will provide potential leads. So we are currently working hard on this feature and plan to release the first version, if I'm not mistaken, by the end of June this year, I hope.
Yeah. That's very interesting, because I know it's one thing to manage people when they have come into your system very well. And you have, at that point, the most detailed, rich information on a customer than anybody else could have, because it's not like the top of a CRM. You're actually understanding great details that are true, that this is where they live, this is what they've paid, this is their company size. It's a good idea.
Yes, definitely, you are right. And we got a lot of feedback from users on how to improve our product from ProductHunt. And after the launch, I realized that the main pain point for all startups is to find new customers and to increase their sales. So that's why we came up with a new features within our billing system Rainex, and it's called Get Leads. So I hope that we will be able to show this product in a few months.
It sounds very interesting. For some companies, when they're very small, I think it's a perfect solution.
Yes.
Because they don't need to widen their target audience yet. They can just focus on more of the same. And that's a very clever way of doing it.
Yes, you are right. And I think it will be our killer feature, because all our competitors, they don't provide this function, these features, because they just help manage their subscriptions, and that's all. But for early startups, it's more important to increase their sales.
Especially if you're pre-product market fit, you want to get more customers in first, and you might have a high churn rate because some parts of the product are not perfect yet.
Yes.
So managing a subscription that is, you think it's going to be a year, people might leave after 3 months because they don't have everything yet.
If you don't have any customers, you don't need manage your subscriptions.
Yeah, no, that's correct. It's very right. So for Rainex now, you've been around for 2 years and 4 months, a long journey.
Yes, but we spent a lot of time to develop our MVP, and we launched, if I'm not mistaken, on February 2023. And after it, we started to sell our product. And I remember that the first transactions were from AppSumo. And from this platform, we got a lot of purchases.
How did you find AppSumo?
We researched a lot of articles about startups, how they attract new leads, and all of them say that it's a very good start for early startups, because if you don't have clients, you can use this platform, and this platform helps you to sell your product faster and easier. But I need to mention that in this platform, you sell your product through the LTD, lifetime deal. These clients helped us to understand our mistakes. They gave a lot of feedbacks how we can improve our product. And I think that for early startups, that's a very good opportunity to get clients, to get feedbacks, and to understand the way how they can improve their product.
Was it a good experience from AppSumo?
Yes, I think it's a very good experience, like my experience from ProductHunt. And I think that maybe in this year we will launch our new tools, Get Leads, and other features in AppSumo, because it's very good opportunity to understand what you need to add to your product, or maybe what you need to change in your product, or maybe how you can scale your audience, what they need, what they want, what they try to find. Yes, I think that ProductHunt and AppSumo, this is a very good platforms where you can get new customers and a lot of feedbacks about your product.
That's good information. So, do you have many of the customers? I'll explain this a little bit more first. So, some people I've spoken to complain about AppSumo because it's a lifetime deal, and then they say, "Oh, you've got these customers who you can never make money from again for a lifetime." Do you have a lot of those customers left, or have most of them stopped using the tool?
Yes, we have a lot of clients like this, but we have additional things which we can sell them. So it's very good opportunity to sell them add-ons or charges, and to update their plans. For example, if you add some new features and these features didn't include on the AppSumo plan, you can sell this product to these clients. So you always can increase your revenue through these AppSumo clients.
When you say you have many left, would you say it's a high percentage or a low percentage?
We had 440 clients. No, 460 clients, and we had around 200 cancellation refunds. But at this moment, 450 clients are with us.
Interesting, because I know that was one of the complaints people have, is people buy it to explore and then cancel. So you have this revenue that is stolen, but you never had it. So people look at it perhaps the wrong way.
Yes, I think that we have some problems. We have some problems with clients who don't answer yes, and we don't anything about them. We have clients who the refund and gave us a bad feedbacks. But I think that's a good thing to improve our solution.
Yeah, 100%. I think sometimes people only want to hear good stories and good feedback,
Yeah.
but obviously it's the bad stories and the bad feedback that you can improve from.
Yes.
So it's good.
I remember when we got bad feedback, and it made me very frustrated. But I understood that it's just first bad feedback, and in the future I think that When you are a startup, you will get a lot of feedbacks, and they can be bad or good, and all of them will help you to improve your product.
No, fantastic. So obviously you liked it enough, you want to go back, which is fantastic. So from
Yes.
Product Hunt,
Yes.
would you like to discuss anything more on AppSumo before we go to Product Hunt?
No, we can have another podcast about AppSumo, and I will share my experience, and I will share the project document where I collect all information, all groups, all feedbacks, all results. And I'm sure that it can help other clients to prepare better to launch their product in AppSumo.
Okay, wonderful. I think perhaps we can in the future. We need to get a few more people who want to talk about AppSumo first,
Yes,
and then
yes.
we can. The AppSumo experience is like seed capital for some businesses. It's enough money to say, let's do this full time for some people, or let's focus on it more. Was that the case for you too?
Yes, definitely. I think that at AppSumo, it's not about money. I think that it's AppSumo, it's about traction. It's about future money when you can sell additional product for these customers. I think it's about promotion. It's about, I don't know, to increase your revenue in the future. But if you want to start fast and to get first transaction, I think it's a very good opportunity to use this platform.
I've never thought of it that way. You end up having 200 odd people, 260 people who are customers you can upsell to later on. And then even, I suppose, the people who've cancelled, you can email them and say, we fixed those problems now. Do you want to come and try? Or, by the way, the lifetime deal that you had, you no longer have. It's
Yes,
now full price.
you're right.
Yeah, fantastic. On to Product Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
You launched in January. What was your hope and expectation for Product Hunt?
You know that when we started to prepare, so we started our preparation 1 month before the launch, and we created a project document where we collected all the necessary information and developed a step-by-step guide. And I should mention that the first of all, you need to decide which goal you want to achieve by launching on the Product Hunt, because this is very important. And of course, what do you expect from the launch and what results should you achieve? So this simple step helped us to improve the process of launching. And so our goals were to get 40 paying clients from Product Hunt and to increase our brand awareness. But I want to mention that it's very important to have a success criteria. What does it mean? What does it mean? For me, having a clear criteria is the basis of any project. So how can we understand whether we have achieved our goals or not? So criteria should be clear to understand. So for example, our criteria were to become the product of the top of the day, at least to take the third place, to get more than 130 product registrations in our platform, and to attract 40 plus new customers, those who made payments.
So it's interesting. You're the first person who had goals that I've spoken to that were not just related to the ranking, or certainly if they had them, they never spoke about them. And that's how I've spoken to people who've achieved very high, both week and month objectives, and theirs were just to launch. So it's nice to hear that you've gone on and the ranking was one objective, but you had two other key ones. So did you achieve your goals?
Yes, we've got a second place and the eighth place of the weekend, like product, and we've got more than 100 registration, but unfortunately we didn't achieve the clients. We have just around a few clients from Product Hunt. So I think this platform is not about sale. I think this maybe it depends on your product, because it's very difficult to sell a B2B project in financial area. Maybe we made some mistakes, I don't know, but we have a few clients for Product Hunt, and we had a lot of insights from this experience and life hacks, so I can share a little bit later in our conversation. But yes, some goals we achieved, but some goal not.
Okay, that's interesting. So, do you plan on going back to Product Hunt again?
Very good questions. I think yes, when our new solution get leads, will be ready. I think that it will be very good to launch and product hunt and to promote these features in this platform, because I know that in this platform there are a lot of businesses, startups, and they have a pain how to attract new customers, and our features will help them to do it.
Yeah. Sometimes when people don't achieve their objective the first time, they'll say, "We're finished. We're never looking at that product again or that
Yes.
platform again, that ever again." So the first launch, you mentioned that you created a document and like
Yes.
almost a playbook of
Mm-hmm.
how to launch and what to do and all of those things. So you had a very strategic breakdown. Is that you're going to be using the same one again? Or do you think you made lots of mistakes the first time, so you should start from scratch?
No, I think that I'm gonna use the same documents, but of course we will improve it because something can change. And I think that example which you can use to create your own documents, and this example helps you to start preparation faster and easier. Of course, we will improve it, and we had a reflection about it and think about which mistake we did and how to improve our processes.
Yeah, fantastic. So it's for the new launch. Have you already penciled a day, or are you going to wait till closer to the time for things to be finished for Get Leads?
I think that the main goal will be to get a new leads, to promote our product and to get a new leads. And I think that I will try to find how another startups attract to attract the new leads from Product Hunt, because I spoke some of them, and they told me that it's very easy to attract new customers if you have a B2C product. But for B2B product, it's very difficult. But I think that it's possible. I'm sure that it's possible, and I will try to find the chance to attract a lot of clients from Product Hunt next time.
Definitely. I think from my experience, I've spoken to 30 or so founders who have launched on Product Hunt, and the general consensus is the same. So most of them who've launched business to business see that as one of their limitations. They know it's not a great platform for B2B, and there's perhaps other platforms that might be better, but they haven't, bar an AppSumo, there's been nothing else mentioned. So we've yet to find one. But I think for what you're doing with Get Leads, it's for a lot of startup founders, obviously the people who are launching on the platform, there's 100 products per day perhaps from those companies. Some of them have not validated an idea yet properly.
Yes.
Some of them have validated an idea and are going to be looking to launch it to the world. And for everybody who's in that category, you might have 100 leads or so per day if you do it properly, of people who are launching their business as opposed to using the platform. So it'll be interesting to see how you can target those people and perhaps turning your workflow that you create into a playbook for somebody so they could download a PDF from your website might be a good way to do that. So people could download how you
Uh,
got the first time to
okay.
second.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. I have the articles. I have this document, and of course, I can share it after our conversation. Yes. Yes. Definitely.
So from there, you've launched. You've been around for quite some time. I mean, the two years is quite a long time compared to some of the people I've spoken to who've been 6 months. Some people have been second time founders, etc. On your journey so far, you've now hired, I think it was 15 people on your LinkedIn as staff. How has that progression been? Is it a scary journey, what would be your biggest lessons so far you think you could share for other people?
I think that LinkedIn shows not a true information
Okay.
because in my team at this moment, 23 employees,
Yeah.
and two of them from India, because I had a very interesting trip to India and I decided to open this market for Rainex. And now they are trying to scale our product in India. And I think that the team is the important thing which can lead you to success, because if you have a very good team, you will be able to create the perfect product and to sell their product to a lot of different markets. I started when I had just 4 employees.
Yeah.
And during 2 years, yes, we grow, and now we have more than 20.
How did you find your co-founder?
This is my friend, and she is a very good marketer, and we know each other a lot of years. And when the war was started in Ukraine, we decided that we want to create something new, something interesting, and we thought the idea, and we thought that it will be a good idea to do it together because we have a very good partnership. We know each other from our childhood, and I know her, he knows me. We know our weak sides, yes, weak parts, and our strong parts. And I think that we are a good team, and for us was very important to continue be together and create together our product, because we worked together during a lot of times.
Okay. Was she with you when you done your first job at 14? Did she turn up that day to hand out the flyers? She
Yes,
did. Ah,
yes, she did.
fantastic. What a story. It's one day when you're both 90-year-old, you can talk about this story and how it was back when you first met along Jane and grandkids. Hopefully we'll
Yes,
learn a
you're
lot
right.
from you both. That's interesting.
Yes, we support each other always. For
Yeah.
us, it's very important.
Okay. So did you have a technical co-founder or was it just non-technical?
Yeah, no, I don't have technical co-founder, but I have a very good team lead of our developers team. And I think that I am lucky to find him, because he hired a very good team, very good specialist, and it allows us to create new features very fast and to change our product, to fix our bugs and other very important things in development.
It's interesting because sometimes there's an idea that there's no startup if there's no technical co-founder.
It's very difficult because I don't have any technical experience, and for me it's very difficult because I'm very good in selling, in promotion, but technology for me it's something very difficult. I think that I'm lucky. I have a very interesting team. They are from Ukraine, Kyrgyzstan, France, Poland, Kazakhstan, Serbia. It's a very independent team.
Yeah, because obviously today's world, having a remote team
Yes,
is not strange. It's
yes,
easy to do now.
yes. It doesn't matter where you are.
As long as you do the job, it's okay. So from there, what's your biggest lessons the biggest things that you've learned going from 4 people through to now 26? Is there something that you think was a mistake that you would change if you started again, that you could fix going back? Or is everything being, you just knew what you were doing and everything was plain sailing?
Very good questions. I think I don't want to change anything. It's my experience, it's my skills, and maybe I should be a little bit faster, because this moment I'm sure that A lot of startups were created today, for example, and I need to be faster. I need to learn more. I need to research information about another product, about another startup, how to make my product stronger. I don't want to change anything. Maybe I want to believe that this year will be more successful for us, and I'll do everything to get my goals in this year.
Fantastic. It's interesting because I've seen some people talk about female founders and that it's very difficult for women and it's this and it's that and the other. But I've spoken to a female founder recently who said, I'm just a founder. I might be a woman, but I built a good product and people want to use it. What type of experience have you had there's two female founders, not just one?
I think the old people have different opinions about it. But in my opinion, I think that it's sometimes, yes, sometimes I agree that it's very difficult for women to get results like a man sometimes. But I think in nowadays we don't have any inequality genders and problems with inequality genders. So I think that co-founder should be involved on his product, try to help a team to get the results, because it's like my little baby, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And I am not just a co-founder. I am a CEO, I am a sales manager, I am a market, I am a developer. And I think it's very important. For co-founder, it's very important. And it doesn't mean woman or man. I think it doesn't mean.
It doesn't. If you build a good product, then people don't care. In the don't, nobody goes to Rainex and say, "Then where's the about page? Let's find out if this is a man or a woman founder, the black or the white,
Yes.
the this or the that." You just say, "Then I like this product or I don't," and then you'll use it or you won't, and it doesn't matter.
I think that it's always difficult. For me, it's very difficult because I have two child and I changed country, so I need to learn a new language. I need to incorporate in Poland at this moment, and it's very difficult to do all these things simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
My challenge now is how I can be a good mother and a good co-founder of my team, because it's very difficult when you are in a foreign country to manage all these things, because startups takes a lot of time, and you always need to be involved in all processes. But when the director calls you and say, please, can you explain your children something and something else, and it's very difficult for me to do it in the same time. And maybe for women it's a little bit difficult to be a founder or co-founder, because we have a lot of another things, important things during our life, like a family, responsibilities, and other things. And for me, it's a very, very big challenges at this moment.
No, it's. I think for startups, for a 22-year-old male, is difficult enough. And this is why often they say you should do it when you're young, because obviously family can make things difficult. I don't know many people throughout history who have had such adversity is going through, like a lot of the Ukrainians now going through wars and looking at relocating to different countries, etc., etc. So all that has compounded you to make you stronger. Do you know?
Yes, definitely, you are right. And the first country which I visited after the war was started, it was Germany. But I decided that it's not my country, and I moved to Portugal. I live in Portugal 8 months, if I'm not mistaken. Weather in Portugal is very different from the Ukraine. It's very hot for me.
Yeah.
It's very wet for me. So I decided to go to Poland because this country is near Ukraine.
Yeah.
And our languages not as similar, but I can understand them, because some phrases in the Polish language they are similar in Ukrainian language. And in this country, people are very polite and they understand that we have a problem in our country at this moment and they help us. It's a very good and big support for Ukrainian at this moment.
No, it's fantastic. The thing, most people from Britain never complain about the weather being too hot. So
Yes.
it's interesting. No, it's an interesting journey. How many languages do you speak then?
I speak 4 languages. It's Ukrainian, Russian, Polish, and English.
Fantastic. So Portuguese might have been strange as well, wasn't it? Going to Portugal, you've got a different language barrier too.
Yes, it's a very different and difficult language. I know some words, but it's very difficult to learn because they have different languages. For example, if you compare English and, for example, Polish, they have the same rules. How to build sentences, how use some phrases, how you can use times and others. But Portuguese or Spanish, it's a very difficult language.
So from there, obviously, you've grown quite significantly in a short period of time. Do you plan on raising investment, going for VC funding, or are you going to continue to work as you are?
I don't know. It depends because it depends on traction. It depends our results in this year. I think that in the end of this year or maybe this year, we are going to try find invest money. In this year, I think we don't try to find the investment at this moment. And I think that we don't do it in this year. It will depend on our traction and how many clients we will be able to attract and maybe next year. But
Okay.
I didn't research information about it and maybe in the future.
There's a lot of companies who I've seen do very well early and then decide later perhaps to raise, and it makes them a lot stronger. So if you go in and you're desperate for money, investors can smell it.
Yes, maybe it's my mistake. I don't know. Maybe if I get money, it will help me to scale my product faster, yes, to attract more clients. But I think that I want to release my new feature, Get Leads. And I believe that this feature will help me to attract a lot of clients. If I need money, I think that I will be able to get them next year. At this moment, I have enough money to continue my work.
Oh, fantastic. You're in a good, strong position, which is great. If you don't need it, don't bother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe my decision will be changed
Yeah.
in a few months.
No, of course it happens, isn't it? So for Rainex, is there many integrations with other platforms? So if somebody used something else, is it like an API they could use to integrate it to their system or anything like that?
Yes, of course. At this moment, we have integration with a few gateways. It's a PayPal, it's a Stripe, the biggest gateway, and Paystack, it's African gateways, and LeakPay, Ukrainian gateway. And we have API and webhooks, and our clients can integrate with us very easy and very fast. And of course, our technical support give them consulting and help our clients to do it faster.
I think generally we've covered everything and more. Is there anything else that you wanted to go over to discuss?
Yes, I just wanted to say that no matter what place you take in ProductHunt, so the most important is how many people learn about your product, how much useful feedback you gather, and what new direction ProductHunt might give you for your product development. And I wish everyone luck with their launch. And if you have any questions, please ping me on LinkedIn. I'm always ready to help and share my experience.
Perfect, thank you. So I think we're ready to conclude there. So thank you for your time. It's been wonderful
Thank you.
talking to you. You've got a lot of interesting stories, and I'm sure many more perhaps can go over in depth at a different time with AppSumo and other things. It'd be interesting to talk to you again. So
Yes.
hopefully, when you do release Get Leads, we can have you back on to discuss that in more detail. I
Okay.
know pre-launch of a new product, you don't want to release too many features without people seeing them. So it'll be interesting to see how you're implementing that and how effective that can be for your existing clients, then for new ones. Because I think conceptually it sounds fantastic.
Yes. Yes.
So it's
Thank you for inviting me to this meeting. It was my first time participating in such events, and I hope it won't be the last. So I'm sure we will stay in touch.
yeah, wonderful. Thank you. So have a great day, and I'll speak to you again.
Yes. Have a good day. Bye.